All right, here we are, Sunday, 4/5, beginning of the week. Let's mark the close open where it stayed here around the 50 as we wait for our Asia session setup and prime window. So last week we ended with a high, but it completed the cycle and showed me that there's nothing left. So if we are moving north, I need to see a trap move first. And if we are moving short, I need to see a trap move up here somewhere. So I do see this little spike at the end. All right, so that is something I'm keeping an eye on. But as the week opens, it is forming this W under previous day low. So this blue tracer is yesterday's or Friday's low. This blue tracer is Thursday's low. So to me, that would be extended previous day's low. So this is in play here, and you see it went just below extended previous day low. So this right here tells me that we are probably looking for longs. Also, I see that we did have our pop out low here on Friday. And then since then, price moved down, but here in TDI, price stayed flat, okay? That tells me that we are closing higher, and one more confirmation for me that we are looking for longs. I see my W entry right here. However, we are early because we're not in our prime window. So according to 3x30, we are not ready to enter just yet, although I do see an entry long right here. But let's wait for the rest of the trap to play out. Another one there. Okay, trap high. Now don't be excited to enter just yet. Wait for it to come back. Now see how it went beyond this 50 channel and kind of just stayed right above it. Prime window is open. So anywhere in here, I can take my long entry. So if this were my W, this would be the safest entry right in here. And before I make my entry, I am going to mark here because this is my opening 50 channel. Not that we really need it because this 50 channel has held, but it helps me see that after this engagement with the 50, it did come down to make its trap move. So we have a bigger trap move, and then we have a smaller trap move. So I'm doubly confirmed here that this is a move north. So my entry, I'll go ahead and take it right in here. So had this been flipped around with this trap here, if all of this was up here, I might be considering a short. But at the open, all of this stays below the 50 and in between the extended, this line right here, extended previous day high low. And so this here is where they pushed it up to trap, pulled it back, and I think they're going to continue on. Let's also double check GBP and DXY. All right, so here at GU, I am seeing how there is this little channel here and it's already started its move up. Okay, so it's already moving north as well. So I'm confirmed there. I have DXY that's flipped and it's also doing the same thing. So we have our channel down here. It's already making its move up, has pulled back. On this case, the 50 is this yellow line. So it pulled back to the 50 and is already continuing up. So we've already formed the channel, come above it, retested it from above, and we're still moving north. DXY, same thing. We already formed this channel here and we've already moved up and we're moving away from it, okay? So everything here is confirming for me that this is a long trade for the day. All right, let's see how this one plays out. And there we are, you are in profit. Okay, there we go. That was a pretty simple trade day. Also notice that this played around at a 4-hour pop out here. So it came right up to this 4-hour pop-up level and used it as resistance before breaking through and continuing on. All right, there you are. That is your perfect trade entry for Sunday, 4/5/26. Take a picture and save it to your trade log. Happy trading. See you tomorrow. All right, welcome. Here we are for Monday, 4/6 at the opening on EURUSD on the 5-minute. So at the open, price is already playing here with the 50. So let's mark this channel. That's going to come into play later, and let's extend it out into the range for the day. Now I expect this thing to go short and then go long, and let me tell you why. Yesterday's move was a long, okay, but instead of going long and then dropping straight into the channel, it went long and then went below the channel, okay, making this the trap move for this day, okay? So this tells me that I am looking for longs for the day. Here we had from yesterday's close, we did have the pop out. We do have divergence, okay? So pop out means that price popped out of the blue band, then price made a lower low in the chart, but a higher low in TDI, telling me this is divergent, tells me that price was already trying to close back up into the channel. So this confirms for me that we are looking for longs today. A few other reasons, but those are the main ones I can see just from today. Asia is open, and so we are staying below the 50, telling me that this is the trap move for the day. I love it. There is our pop out right there. Okay, then we have a lower low, higher low. It's not really enough. It could be divergent, but anything like this is information for me. All right, we're still waiting for our prime trading window to open, and there we go. It is open for us. So now we are looking for MW, green, red cross, long. So we're looking for a W, green, red cross, W. Okay, now this price has now come within the smaller session and made its little 50 interaction here. So I'm going to be looking for a W underneath of this channel. And I believe that's first leg W right there. It's going to vertex down. Let's pause right there. There is the cross. Oop, I paused a little bit late, but the cross came right there. So I'm going to go ahead and make my trade where the cross was. There we go. All right, that is where we're going to enter the trade. We got our W formed underneath of the 50 channel. This is the bigger under 50 trap. And look, we are at a 4-hour pop out. How perfect is that? Let's see how this one plays out. Yeah, a little bit of hesitation and it pops through. And you are in profit. Very nice trade. Okay, there we go. That is your perfect trade entry for Monday 4/6. Take a picture and add it to your trade log. Happy trading, and we'll see you tomorrow. As always, if this kind of trading interests you, consider joining the Trade Tribe where you learn how to trade this 3x30 style with me, where we aim to get 30 pips 3 days a week, compounding our accounts, playing it safe, trading structure, nothing too technical, and hopefully we keep it fun. Links are, of course, in the bio, or just follow along here every day. I do teach you quite a bit for free on my channel, as much as I can get these videos out. All right, hope to see you inside. All right, welcome. We are in Tuesday 4/7 as we look at the trading day, looking for our most perfect setup. Now, I watched this one go up all day, so I didn't really see a trap move. See, it's moving up still, so the move is still continuing. So I don't know if they're going to have anything left inside of our prime window. We've got a bunch of resistance up here, so it did stop at this daily pop out here as Asia opens. But during the close, it did not see any interaction with the 50. So this might be a no trade day for us. All right, so I don't see any play with the 50. So for a beginner's trade, I would say that this is a no trade day. But for my more advanced students, let's see if there's anything available here for us. All right, prime window is open. Let's pause. For a beginner 3x30, there is no trade on this day. But this thing made a high. It came back and it just touched the 50 before moving on. It didn't go below it. It didn't zigzag through it. And we didn't really get any pop outs. So it's showing me that there's no push short for another trap move. So it would be a continuation here. And you could call that your channel. And really you would be trading the blow off. At 3x30, this would be a no trade day. But for those who like to learn continuation trades, this is what it looks like. So it comes in from your high. This is your trap move. And then it comes back down and closes out to the 50 before continuing on. So you could enter anywhere in here. But let's wait for a W move inside of our prime window. Let's at least follow some of our rules today. So starts with a move. There's our M. First leg W has painted. There is green red cross right there. So right in there, there's our long entry. If you wanted to, after you got this green red cross, go up to the 15 minute and wait for the green red cross to show up on the 15-minute, that would actually be the safest bet. Place the long trade and let's see how this one plays out. And man, it just walks right up to it. I want to show you on this one too. You see how it walked up straight to the 30 before it reversed, comes back down to the 50. This is why we take our 30 and leave. Okay, do not get greedy, especially if you're at the top of the move. And you see how it did come back to retest this level. At this point, it's not a true continuation. You got your 30. Your perfect entry would have been here. And if you would have done that, I mean, this whole thing went about 40 pips, man. You just eked in your 30, okay? Just barely. This is why this would be a no trade day, because there was barely 30 pips available here, all right? And there was no real interaction with the 50, and you didn't really get a clean trap move going into the prime window. So again, a no trade day according to our 3x30 rules. If you took it, congratulations. But remember, sitting on your hands and not trading is a trade too. All right, take a picture. This is your snapshot. Add it to your trade log for Tuesday, 4/7/2026. Happy trading. I'll see you tomorrow. And if you like this style of trading, consider joining the Trade Tribe and learn how to trade with me daily. We learn only on EURUSD. We learn one setup, one trade time. We keep it simple. We compound our accounts because this is about being consistent and making money. No cowboy trades. No adrenaline. We keep it as boring and consistent as possible. Links are, of course, in the bio, or just check out Trade Tribe HQ. I look forward to meeting you. Okay, new trade day, Wednesday, 4/8 is the setup day. Now, yesterday we had our blow-off move and it already came back down. So this could be looking at a short. Let's pause just real quick because we had our blow-off here, okay? And the rest of the move here. Now, this is a 4-hour pop out that we went above, and I see this little rejection here. So we might be looking for shorts. Also, this was a high move to come back into the channel, but it dipped low before going back into the channel. So I'm thinking it's got to clear this out before it can continue on. Man, that is confusing because now you have a high and a low. Oh, but the most recent one was a low. Let's hit pause here with a pop out, just like that. Okay, went back up. This could be, looks like first leg W, which we might be looking for longs. But I'm not super convinced just yet because now we're going back above the 50, staying in our channel. So this opening high looks like it's holding. And since this is already pushing up towards the top of the V-bands, I'm looking at longs. I'm seeing this W formation here. So now we're in our trade window and there's another smaller channel. I'm going to wait for this move to be done. I believe, yep, right there. Okay, so there is the green red cross I'm looking for. So that is my confirmation here to go long. So I'm going to enter my long trade here. And why, you might ask? Well, because I have pop outs here to the low, these little, they're just little pop outs. This is an expansion pop out high. So this was actually a move long and then it came back down, but these lows are holding. So you're making lower lows or higher lows. I mean, really, if you have 3 shark fins like that, there's a fun entry right there. Okay. And so for this one is a little bit hard to see. So one of the best things you can do if it's hard, because if you took a short here, I would not blame you. This right here, this looks like the perfect short. And I would not blame you for this one if you took this short, okay? So this is where we want to go over to our GU for confirmation. So here in GU, we have this low held, this low right here at the open. And this low right here looks like so far it's holding. So the only thing holding me back is that I want to make sure that this low holds. Okay. And you can see here in TDI, if we were to make this bigger, here's the first low. And this second low is already not popping out and it's within the bands, confirming for me that this move is going to go north. And then you also have the bigger 800 just at that angle north. Okay. Let's check DXY. I do have DXY flip so that it matches. And again, we do have this low that's holding, okay? And it's making a higher low with TDI making this W formation. Now, you might ask, why is this not an M formation? Well, because this one is higher, okay? If this was an M formation, this M would have to be lower than this M. This M would have to be lower than this M, okay? But if you look at your W's, this W is higher than this W, or this low, okay? This low is higher than this low and this low. And because you have this big 800 EMA going north. Even though I know the smaller ones are pointing down or flattening, like I said, this one would have been a tricky one. Yeah, man, that would have been hard because you even have your pop out here, and that's a lower M inside the bands. I mean, that would have been a short trade to take. But the main reason why is because of this, okay? Because of how previous day ended here. That is the big clue on why I am not looking for shorts and why I am looking for longs. So let's finish putting our trade in at 300 and 150. There's a few other nuances here too that we're not going to go into today. So I'm just trying to show you the simple ones that I can share with you on this quick video. All right, let's see how this plays out. And another W as it reclaims the 50 and stays above. Beautiful. Stops at this daily pop out, okay, interacts with it, acts as resistance, but then ultimately takes over it, and boom, you are in profit. Okay, excellent. Okay, I'm going to include that trap so you can see it. All right, there you are. There is your most perfect trade entry for our 3x30 style on Wednesday, 4/8. Take a snapshot and add it to your trade library. If you like our style of trading, or you want to learn how to trade, or just want someone to trade with, consider joining the Trade Tribe HQ. The link is in my bio, or just follow along here. I do share quite a bit with you for free right here. All right, happy trading. I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back. We have a brand new trade day, Thursday, 4/9. Right away, we open with a channel as price is staying here around the 50, giving us a pretty long channel, just like that. Now we're waiting for Asia to open. Now we closed yesterday with this high, but I'm thinking that this is a pullback and continuation. Let's see what happens. Now I do have a daily pop out down here it might engage with, and I have a 4-hour pop out up here that it already engaged with. So there's my support and resistance, my fences for the day. I've got my closer channel. And then for this session, we have a 50 play right here. Okay, right in there. So I expect it to make its trap move now below or above the 50, in this 50 channel right here. It looks like I have this low channel. So this might indeed be the low for the day, or at least the Asia low. Right in here, I don't know if you can see this, and this just takes some time in the chair to recognize this, but there's a brand new cycle starting right here at this doji. I don't expect you guys to see this, but this isn't super confirmed for me. I do have a pop out. I do have now my M stayed in. I mean, this is a perfect short setup. And if you fell for this, it's okay. Market makers are in the business of making money. Honestly, I think I did fall for this too. Once you see a new cycle, you are going to want to start counting. Level 1, I see there is a 2. It repeated 2. So there might be one more hit low. I'm just going to watch to see. Yeah, there's that daily pop out right there. Okay, so that is your 1, 2, 3, and your entry would be right here. So your long entry would go at this green-red cross right there. According to our rules, you would have taken this one short. And let's see what would have happened. 100, 150. There we go. Okay. And it would not have gone. It would have stopped right here. So if you would have entered right here, this trade would not have produced for you. It didn't go the full 30. All right. So you would have lost this trade if you were trading according to 3x30 rules. So this is a day when that would have failed you. No big deal. We're allowed to lose. Okay. Losing is built into the numbers. That is very much okay. Now I'm going to show you the real trade. The real trade was right here. It came in London. Now, if you would have gone long, if you would have seen this low and you would have seen these higher time frame EMAs, I just don't have it on this chart, but you can see them over here. This is Shiyu in DXY. You would have seen that this is very much pointing up, going north. If you can see 1, 2, 3, and it's all divergent here. First run low, and then it starts staying inside the bands, telling you that it is closing higher and it's getting ready to start moving north. So let's see how this long trade would have played out. And I expected to stop and kind of mess around here at this channel. Let's see if it does. Ooh, and it just soars right above them. So the fact that this thing soared through tells me that, yeah, there were a lot of other people who thought that it was a short as well. So if you fell for this, almost everyone did, okay? Don't kick yourself in the butt if you fell for that. I'm pretty sure I did too, to be honest. All right. But that's the beauty of replay, and this is why we study all of our trades. So on this one, how do we want to mark this one? Because we wouldn't have seen it according to our rules. There are some other nuances here, like I said, that you would have been able to see it, but on our rules, we wouldn't have. So let's go ahead and take our picture to show us the very best trade we could have gotten from this. Take a screenshot as your most perfect entry for Thursday 4/9 and add it to your trade log. Please keep in mind that this was a Thursday setup going into the Friday close. So expect a little play around the Thursday going into Friday. All right, that is it for this week of April 5th. So if you do like this style of trading, consider joining the Trade Tribe HQ. Links are all in the bio. Head over to the YouTube channel as we break down the entire week and set up this week for next week's trading. Or keep following me here. I do try and give as much value as I can right here on my page. See you next week. Happy trading.